So, Pastor, let's get down to the nitty and gritty. This is the reason why they're persecuting this CPS activist and your organization. We're looking at some of the things that you're doing here to actively fight against CPS corruption, and I think this may be the key of why they are so angry over them.
Right. What Sarah did was file a form that's called a claim for money or damages against the County of Orange. And what we found out is, I checked all over the country, all of my investigators checked, and every county all across America has this form. It may be a different name, but it's basically a damage claim form that any family that's been abducted, their children have been abducted, they can file this form. And you file it by serving them, not legally, but by simply going to the post office, getting a certified receipt, and send that to the county, and the county must act upon it. Take a stand against your county. If they're damaging you and they're doing these things to you, file this report. And I've also gotten some legal advice, and if you later file a lawsuit, this does not affect it, because this is not a lawsuit. This is simply a damage claim form with the county. Every family in America, and I've said this, what if every family that is being criticized and attacked by CPS, what if every family filed one of those all across America? The courthouses and the Board of Supervisors or equivalent would be inundated with these, and every person that's in trouble with CPS could file those no matter what. The other thing we have is we have a 24-hour-a-day hotline that is 714-865-8132. People can call me anytime, 24 hours a day. This paperwork here is simply the emails that Miss Sandy sent to the Board of Supervisors and to the judge that went to court prior to her going to fire her attorney and ask them to let me come in the court. These are the, quote, threatening emails. I've read over them. I read over them before Sandy ever sent them out. I've read over them since then because I thought, well, maybe she changed it. Maybe she added something. But I defy anyone to look in that, read it word for word, and find one even innuendo of threat. And yet the Orange County Sheriff Department took taxpayer money, took 8 officers to court to say there was a threatening email.
We're here with Sarah Sandy. She's a victim of CPS abuse. Had her children taken away, and now she's in the fight of her life. She sent an email that seems to be where she's very upset, and that's understandable. Your kids are taken away and they're being put in a situation. So tell us your state of mind as I look at these emails.
This email was me reflecting on my case, reflecting on my court coming up. My court dates are causing me to miss work. My children should be at school. This is what I was thinking. My children should be in school. They shouldn't even be going through this. And I'm going to be going to court for a week, not to talk about bringing these children home, but to talk about my Facebook. It is abuse to my children. My children deserve to be home. This whole case originated. They were never abused. Never once were they yelled at. Never once were they spanked. I'm afraid of federal prison and to go to jail. I haven't been to jail. And I was scared to death yesterday in that courtroom when those sheriffs were there and the commissioner was talking about, you know, that the sheriffs were considering this a threat on the commissioner's life.
So, Pastor, to sum it up, what's happening with her social media sites, YouTube and Facebook?
My parishioner, Sarah Sandy, told me that her social worker called her, Deanna Peterson called her and said, Commissioner Shade has said you must take down your Facebook. Now, she said it was a court order, but my parishioner's not received a court order. She's not seen anything. She's just going on what the CPS worker said.
And her Facebook is Fight CPS.
Yes.
It's a political, so what you have here is a potential, we're waiting for the paperwork, a court order to make quiet a political organization.
Absolutely. And basically, if that order comes out, that order, I assume, would say, what Deanna Peterson said it would say, is that she has to shut down her Facebook because she's endangering her children by being on Facebook.
So it's shutting down political free speech.
Yes.
With the threat of taking your children away.
Well, they've already taken them away. The threat is not only that she could be arrested for doing it, but that she also is not going to get her children back. Deanna Peterson's made it very clear, unless you take it down, you don't get your kids back.